Hello, my curious souls. Welcome in or welcome back. Thank you for being here and sharing your time and energy with me today. My name is Amanda, and today we have a pick a card tarot reading all about your unseen allies. And these are spirit guides, angels, passed on ancestors, people of your spirit team that are unseen in your day-to-day life that are helping you along your journey. In each one of these soul paths, we are going to take a look at who they are, what they are helping you with, and what messages they want to share with you at this time. And in full disclosure, I actually had a similar video recorded, edited. I was uploading it to YouTube, and for some reason, the video could not be processed due to some kind of corruption in the file. So this is my attempt to redo this reading, and hopefully that just means that stronger, more clear energies will come through for you. And in each one of these soul paths, we have a mystery card underneath, as well as a bonus mystery card, which I have not taken a peek at. So we will reveal all of that in the soul path of your choosing when you are ready to choose it. If you're new to my general tarot readings, note that not all messages will resonate, so please only take the messages that feel aligning, inspiring, and confirming for you, and kindly leave the rest for someone else. These readings are also timeless, so whenever you find it, there will be something here to guide you along your journey. So if you're ready to get into it, you can find the timestamp for your reading in the description box or pinned comment section. However, if you'd like me to introduce you to the soul paths, let me do that now. So for soul path 1, we have Illuminate with the red selenite stone. For soul path 2, we have Awaken with the angelite crystal or stone. And for soul path 3, we have Reconnect with the labradorite crystal. So when you feel ready, choose the soul path that is calling to you the most, then click on the timestamp for your reading in the description box or pinned comment section, and we will see you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the red selenite stone with the Illuminate card. I feel like this unseen ally is helping you bring light to something. So you could be in the dark about something, you could feel quite confused or in the fog about something, you could be dealing with some darker moments, some darker emotions, some darker feelings that are coming forth. And I feel Spirit is possibly helping you through that, possibly helping you to find your way in the darkness. I'm getting imagery of a frog navigating these lily pads in the dark by the moonlight. So while things may feel really bleak at this time, I feel like your progress is still moving. You are moving forward on your journey. It's just taking a little bit longer, or it's slowed down as you kind of get your bearings in all of this. I'm also seeing here the lily, which grows out of the dark sludges of the waterbed that the seed is planted in. So it's this rising through the dark waters above to the surface to find the light and then to bloom. So I feel like this process, saying is coming to mind, which has helped me in my darker moments. You are not being buried, you are being planted. So this is a moment in time, or maybe you've experienced a moment in time where you have felt like you've been overwhelmed or buried by certain things. You cannot see the light, you cannot see the way forward. But this process is helping you grow in some aspect, and eventually you will break the surface, you will find the light, you will move towards the light, and maybe thinking about what that light might be for you, whether it is a simple pleasure, whether it is something that you can enjoy for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day that gets you out of this darkness. So find that light. And eventually you will find your way. You will find your way to where you are next. There's this liminal space that you're in. And there are stars here. So it's almost like you are seeing certain things reflected at this time. Maybe things reflected back that you might not enjoy seeing. So maybe you're working with your shadow self, your shadow side, the darker parts of you that you would rather keep hidden. But I feel there's possibly a reason for this coming up so that you can heal it, feel it, and let it go. Or maybe move directions, shift directions, redirect to a place that might be more beneficial for you or healthier for you. So underneath that card was the protection guardian. Drop your shields. So I feel like this unseen ally is protecting you. I feel like they could possibly be some spirit or angel, maybe part of your spirit team, that is helping you to drop the shields of fear while simultaneously keeping the protective boundaries up around you. And so that might be something to also consider is, are you putting up so many boundaries or blocking certain things out to the point where you're not allowing anything good in either? So are these boundaries being put up by fear, or are they being put up to protect your health, your mental health, your spiritual health? Or are they put up because of fear, because of possible doubt that you may not want to prove something to be true? So I feel like this protection guardian is here to help you drop the guards a little, drop the guards of fear, drop the guards of shame and doubt, and put up the boundaries that need to be put up in order to protect your pathway or protect your energy moving forward. So I'm getting a what kind of boundaries or what kind of shields do you have up at this time? And what's interesting is that there's, I don't know if that's an eye or a pearl in this particular guardian's hand here, but I'm really getting a sense that you need to see things in a different way, or see something in a way that you've never seen before. So this person, while they can see with their eyes, I feel that there's also some kind of vision, some other vision that you need to use at this time. Why am I getting night vision? Not that we have night vision, but because you're moving through this darker period, there's some kind of skill that you need to develop or trust or lean on at this time to move forward. Peacocks could be a symbol for you, so if you see peacocks or peacock feathers, that could mean that your guide is around you. The color blue might also be significant as well. You might love jewelry, so wearing jewelry that really makes you feel empowered and beautiful might be something to consider. Now the bonus card underneath that, which I have not looked at, is She-Wolf. Unleash the wild within. So I do get a very feminine energy from both of these, so I feel like your unseen ally is a feminine energy of both protection and fierceness. So there's almost a duality happening here, where there is this fierceness to stand up, to fight for what you want, to share your authenticity of who you are with the world, your unique voice with the world. But also have this softness to instill or implement or impart or maintain a certain level of boundaries, so that you're not just opening yourself up to every single energy, every single person, every single experience with that driving force. You are being discerning about who you open yourself up to, and keeping those boundaries in place, having that playbook at your side or in your pocket so that you can refer to it when you are in the midst of an experience or up against challenging energies. And you can see things through that, maybe that particular lens, to say, does this feel good? Is this the right choice at this time? Am I speaking or sharing my authentic opinion, my authentic voice, and protecting my energy when things feel challenging or difficult? But I really feel like this spirit or this guide or this angel is really helping you to unlock, illuminate a side of you that I don't think you know exists, or that you fear to let out of the cage. You feel that maybe it's too wild, maybe it's too creative, maybe it's too expressive or confident. And so you fear that you might have people not like you, or you might have some kind of repercussions. There's a sense of safety. I feel like you've put up your boundaries, your guards, your shields, because at one point it protected you, it kept you safe. And Spirit's coming in to say that you don't need them anymore, or at least in the way that you needed them back then. And you have to trust in your own ability to know when those guards need to go up and when they can come down. And that might take practice. But we also have the moon in this card as well. So again, we have more night or shadow energy here. So your shadow side could be very fierce, maybe a little scary to you or uncomfortable. I feel this guardian is trying to help you unleash that a little bit, so that you're not living life out of fear or in doubt or in shame. Bringing out the light in you through the darkness. So we're going to get tarot cards now. We're going to take a look at maybe who this guardian is, what specifically they might be helping you with, if we haven't already gone over that, and then any advice or messages they want to share with you. So we're going to get 2 cards. Unseen Ally for Soul Path 1. More specifics on who you are, please. More specifics on who you are, please. 10 of Pentacles. 1 more card, please. For Soul Path 1, Unseen Ally. I think this is somebody that has passed on. This is a past ancestor that has passed on from your family. I feel like this person could have been a potential... I get a very unique energy from them. I get that they possibly lived a really unique life, and they were very eccentric and expressive. I almost get the feeling that they were the type of person that I get changed their style a lot. So you could never really tell what you just knew that they would show up looking unique or looking beautiful or looking fierce, but it would be expressed in different ways. So I feel this person was very expressive. They possibly lived by the sea, by the ocean, by some body of water as well. They could have potentially had a white dog or was a gardener. And again, the jewelry aspect is coming forth again with the jewel on the Magician. So they could have also liked a lot of jewelry. I'm getting a lot of bangles. I'm getting a lot of necklaces. I do get a feminine energy, but obviously this could also apply to a masculine energy as well. So take that as it resonates. I do get older. So this person could be of an older age in comparison to you. This could be a grandparent of some kind, a great-grandparent, an older aunt, uncle, maybe even close family friend. So they may not have necessarily been part of your family, but they felt like family. I also get a very, a little bit guarded energy as well. So they were also very discerning about who they let in. They could have been somebody who liked to be alone. And I get that they're very guarded, so they were very particular about who they let into their life. And I feel that knowledge or that inspiration is being passed on to you to some degree, because either your guards are really, really up and you are doing that out of fear, and they don't want you to live in fear. They maybe don't want you to live like they lived. And even though they had connections, maybe the connections that they had weren't as deep as they would have liked, weren't as close as they would have liked. I feel this person is quite magical in a sense, where they were able to manifest things and create things. They could have been a creator. But I definitely get a family connection here with the Ten of Pentacles. And I almost wonder if this person also wasn't shy about saying things, but at the same time, they were very reserved about what they said and when they said it. So for the most part, they were a little bit introverted, but when they had something to say, it was powerful, it was impactful, it was important, it was relevant. And it was just, it had the room in silence. So let's take a peek now at maybe what they're helping you with and more specific. What are they helping you with? This unseen ally for Soul Path 1. What are they helping Soul Path 1 with? Unseen ally. One more, please. What are you helping Soul Path 1 with, please? More specific detail. Thank you. So we have the Devil. And we have the King of Wands in reverse. I feel like they're helping you detach from something that doesn't feel very inspirational for you, that isn't aligned with your vision of what you want for your life. I feel like you could have some scattered energy about what you want to do and where you want to go. You could feel somewhat lost and are leaning on some things, possibly from the past, that aren't necessarily for your best good. And that attachment could be that fear that we spoke about at the beginning, where you are allowing that fear to control you, to control your actions, to make you feel small, to make you feel unworthy or uncreative, or generally just disempowered, like you're not able to take action in your life. You remain stuck. And there's also a sense that you have no control over your life, that you have no leadership to make choices or to do things differently. I feel you're caught up in something from the past. It could be a behavior, a habit, a feeling, a person, a situation that no longer serves you. I almost wonder if you've outgrown this, but yet you're still attached to it. Maybe out of obligation, maybe out of fear, maybe out of doubting your intuition or the thing that you feel really called to move towards. I'm getting the devil you know with this. So even though this might not be the healthiest or the best thing for you or the most empowered thing for you, it is familiar. So that's why I say it's connected to the past. And I feel like you have a lot more energy, creativity, and power within you than you know. And I feel like this unseen ally is helping you see that, helping you to illuminate that and to unleash, to unattach yourself from this thing that is making you feel less than. I feel like you've lost your sense of self as well. Lost your sense of confidence, lost your sense of strength. You could possibly be moving through this currently, and maybe this is the darkness that you are moving through, which Spirit is helping to remind you of what is most important to you. what do you find valuable within yourself, within your life? What is it that you want to create? And how can you take small steps to get there? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's look at any messages that they want to bring forth for you right now. Helpful messages for Soul Path 1. Advice or helpful messages for Soul Path 1. For Soul Path 1. Advice or helpful messages for Soul Path 1, please, Spirit. Thank you. One more. One more. For Soul Path 1. Thank you. Oh, wow. So we have the Lovers. And we have the Justice. Powerful energy. And what's interesting is that in the traditional tarot, the two folks in the Devil card are reflected in the Lovers card and vice versa, except in this one, the artwork is depicted a little differently. However, the Devil still indicates a fall from grace. You, I feel, are moving towards something better rather than back to whatever in the past has got you stuck. I feel like something's being illuminated in this moment. And what is that thing that's being illuminated for you at this time? Only you can really know that. But I think the advice is it comes down to choice. And it may not be as simple as that. It may be the choices that you make with the people that you find yourself around, the situations that you find yourself in, and even how you speak to and how you think about yourself in the midst of this darker moment. How are you showing up for yourself in a way that is kind and compassionate, in a way that is loving? And if that is difficult for you, then is there a way for you to get more information on how to do that, to foster that love for yourself, to make choices that feel balanced and aligned? Now, this is going to be an adjustment for you. Understand that moving away from this energy, especially if it's familiar, is going to create possibly a sense of anxiety, a sense of guilt or doubt or shame, because I feel like you have a good heart, that you don't want to disappoint people no matter who they are. But I feel like in this particular situation, because of how this person or the situation is making you feel, if they're making you feel disempowered, if they're disrespecting you in some way, if they are abusive towards you in some way, or if you are not seeing your full potential in this situation, then new choices have to be made. A more mature choice has to be made. A choice that your higher self would make. And I feel like that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting, is that you need to make choices that your higher self would make. That is the best thing for you at this time. And again, I want to note that it's not as simple as that, but it's also as simple as that, which is frustrating. Coming back into this feeling of balance is difficult because we battle a lot of things. In doing so, we battle our subconscious thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and we have to bring those to the surface. Just like the water lily comes to the surface and blooms. Bring that to the surface so that we can understand it better and so that we can consciously choose differently. I feel like a lot of this pattern, possibly, that you've experienced is old patterns, old stories, old belief systems that are almost automatic in you, but not necessarily the best. So there needs to be a conscious awareness of changing that story, of rewriting that story, and bringing balance back in. I also see possibly a new contract being signed, and that could be a metaphorical contract where you have finally decided to do something different. You may have signed a new contract with a new company that you love. You may end up getting over the hurdles and challenges in your relationships and you end up getting married. And I feel like this guardian, this unseen ally, is helping you fiercely move through this energy with great courage and bravery. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So there's definitely an opportunity for a new beginning here, possibly a new romantic beginning. Wands can be this energy of renewed passion. If you're working in a career or a business, there's a new spark of inspiration here, a new fire in the belly. But it's up to you to nurture that. Wands are very active energy. This is something that you've maybe thought about for a while. Or maybe it came to you out of the blue, this idea. It's up to you to put in the work and the determination and the effort to continue to grow this spark of an idea. In the reverse position, this is like the spark has died. You feel disempowered to change anything. But is that true? So let's take a peek at a final oracle message for you. Let's get 2 final oracle message. Let's get one from this deck and one from another deck. One card for Soul Path 1 to end their reading. One card from Soul Path 1 to end their reading. The past. Yep. That's just confirmation that there's something in the past that needs to be put to an end. Possibly it's something that's haunting you. And again, we have more darkness, dark moon, and an eclipse that's happening here. So you can't really see forward. But I almost wonder, because the moon is an illusion, in a sense where it doesn't emit its own light, I feel like there's something here that you're seeing as reality, or maybe you're feeling like you're actually stuck and you can never get out, but it's just possibly a choice that you have to make that maybe you don't want to make, or you're fearful to make, because there's more unknowns on the other side. And this card does speak to fear as well. Fear of moving forward. But really, there's nothing to be scared of. Something in your past needs to be released at this time, and it could be a perceived failure, a relationship, a fear created by something that happened to you recently or some time ago. And there's an important decision to make. It is usually darkest before the dawn. And I love that the dawn kind of came out in your reading here at the end. There's a lot of darkness to start your reading here, with the devil and the she-wolf here, and even with the illuminate card, that is a moon deck. But I feel you're really on the precipice of something, a shift. There's an opportunity to shift. So it's almost like you fall back into the past patterns, or you decide to call your power, your energies back, so that you no longer have a part of your energetic body stuck in what is not serving you, stuck in past stories or beliefs or values. There's some awesome power here with the past, with the dark moon. So this is time to clear out some negativity, and maybe that's all that this devil is, to make space for something new and better. And you could be having a lot of dreams. You could actually be dreaming about this particular unseen ally, this passed on ancestor. They might have a message for you in your dreams. I feel like this spirit is really getting you to pay attention to something for a good reason. So let's take a look Get one more card for Soul Path 1, please, to end their reading. One more card to end their reading. One more card to end their reading. I'm being told to look at the bottom of the moon deck. I will do that in 1 sec. But we're doing this deck now, Spirit. One more card from this deck. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. And isn't that nice that it ended with a very similar energy to the Lovers? I feel like this is this moment of reconnecting with the love for yourself, the love for life, the love for the things that offer you passion, your spiritual foundations, maybe even the love for this passed on ancestor, the love for this journey, the love for where it is taking you. And bottom of the deck, for this is synchronicity. So there could be, I get timing with this. So, yeah, I feel like this could be the right time, or you could be experiencing some synchronicities. So be on watch for that as well. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 1. Feel free to comment below to let me know what messages resonated for you. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Angelite Stone with the Awaken card. I almost wonder if you are at a period of time where you have moved through some kind of transformation. I get a release of emotions here. So in this process, there's a sense of loss, but also a sense of something new being birthed. There's a pathway here that I feel it's like you're being awakened to who you are, awakened to your surroundings, awakened to a new way forward. Something has been transformed. Something has been released. There's some kind of feeling of going with the flow here as well. So a feeling of surrendering to the process, allowing, and through that moment of maybe confusion and overwhelm, you find yourself. What's interesting is when I shuffled these cards to pull out a card for Soul Path 2, this card and the Soul card popped out. So it's like awaken the soul, or soul awaken. So it's like your soul is going through some kind of awakening, or your soul has been awakened by some event that has happened in your life. It has completely almost transformed who you are at a core level. Again, this could be something that you've released. It could be something that you're stepping into actively. Or it could have been abruptly, like the Tower card, where it happened by surprise and you have no choice but to become more aware of something. There's an awareness of your surroundings, awareness of your actions and your feelings. And hopefully not over awareness, where you are hyper aware of certain things to the point where it causes anxiety. There's a sensitivity that's coming through now, but also a protectiveness, a need to protect your sensitivities or your energies, learning how to manage your energy, manage your emotions so that it doesn't overwhelm you. Deep feeling, deep feeler. You've risen from something in a really beautiful way. You have brought something up from the darkness. I'm seeing a lot of balloons being released into the sky now, in my mind's eye. So again, that elevation, that lift, that awakening, that ascension, that higher learning, that higher knowledge. Now, underneath that card was the stargazer. Set your sights higher. So this rising, it's like you're maybe trying to reach a certain height. Maybe you're reaching for the stars. Maybe you are needing to awaken something within you so that you can remove the weights that are keeping you too grounded. I feel like this unseen ally is either a spirit, a guide, an angel, or a passed on ancestor who has such faith in your abilities, your creativity, the things that you can accomplish in this world. They are trying to awaken you to have you see that. It's like you're seeing yourself as one thing, but they see you as something different. And I don't want to say something more, but there's a feeling that you have a desire to do something and you don't feel like you have what it takes to achieve it. I feel like they're coming through to say that you do. You just have to believe in yourself more. You have to have more confidence in yourself. You have to have an unshakable faith in that. Reach for the stars. Now, this person could be somebody that lands among the stars. Maybe a star seed, I'm hearing. Maybe they're named after a star. Maybe they are an astronomer, whether they are a passed on ancestor or some kind of guide. Or maybe you feel really connected to space and the cosmos and have a specific star that you love. It's very specific for somebody. I almost get that there's something on somebody's wall of like a constellation with a name on it somewhere. Or maybe you have a book of constellations. That's cool. Okay. And the mystery card, which I have not looked at yet, is... look at that. So definitely somebody in a higher realm. Possibly an angel. But again, this, lots of stars, almost a very similar background to that one. Definitely feathers could be a synchronicity for you. And there's a feeling, possibly, that you feel like you're alone in some effort here. Where maybe other people around you don't see the star within you, the beautiful things that you do. Maybe they don't see your worth. But whoever this guardian angel is, I feel does, and is trying to get you to follow that, follow your North Star. So the star card is actually coming into my mind's eye now, where you have to trust your own sense of success and worthiness and goals and achievements. And you have to define that for yourself rather than let others define that for you. If you feel you want to achieve a specific goal, then go ahead and go after it. So I feel like this angel is helping you with this. And this particular angelite stone is also a stone of connecting with angels, the spirit guides, the higher realms, intuition. So maybe you need to follow your intuition a little bit more and not worry so much about what society says or what your friends might say or your family might say. So let's take a peek at a little more information on this spirit guide, this angel. It's too many. For Soul Path 2, a little more information. who this unseen ally is for Soul Path 2, please. Who this who this unseen ally is for Soul Path 2, please. Unseen ally, too many again. I think you have more than one. Possibly more than one angel. I don't really know too much about spirits, guides, and spirit teams and angels in the details of like how many do we all have, but I feel like you have multiple. You have many people around you helping you in the unseen realms. Okay, Spirit. Thank you. Strongest energy. One more. Thank you. Okay. So I definitely feel, because they landed on top of each other, it's from the same one. Okay, so you have the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. I feel like the angel that is around you is a healing angel. And one that I'm familiar with is Archangel Raphael. And he helps people who are struggling emotionally, physically, mentally, and he also keeps them safe during travel. So that might be an archangel to look up if you're interested in learning more. But whoever this angel is that is around you, they come closest to you when you are struggling or moving through some kind of difficulty in your life, as they have expertise in helping you move on and move through difficult or painful situations. So you could be moving through one of those events at this time where something has come to an end. Could be a job, it could be a romantic relationship that came to a painful end. Death by 1,000 cuts, I'm hearing or feeling. I usually feel that with the 10 of Swords, where it's happened over and over and over again. It's been a cycle to the point where you can't possibly go back from what's been done. The damage has been done. So definitely something has broken, or this angel comes into your life when things get broken, and they almost come in to help put you back together again and help you move to higher heights. And we also have birds in this card as well, some more white feathers. But definitely they are here in difficult times where you have questioned your choices or questioned your emotions, questioned, why am I here? And when you've decided that enough is enough and that you have to make some serious decisions to move forward. So let's take a look at more specifically what they're helping you with possibly in your current situation. Emotional cycles. So definitely this is an angel that possibly helps you through some emotional difficulty. And we have more Pentacle energy. So 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. They really help you find your footing. Find your ground again to do this work. Spiritual work. The work to really align with and hang on to what's most important to you. The work to discover and define your values. And we have another 8 here, which is indicative of cycles. So maybe even to help you work through cycles in your life that need to be broken or changed or shifted in some way. And this 8 of Pentacles is about perfected work. It's about something that we invest our time, our energy, our resources in over a period of time until we get it right, until we get it to a place that feels good. So in essence, it's a practice. We've done some weeding out of the things that aren't working and refocusing our efforts on the things that are working to the point where we start to see success, returns, rewards. It's a little bit like a spiral where we do a little bit each time and we do a little bit better each time. So there's growth here. I think Spirit is helping you move through personal growth, helping you create a more solid foundation for yourself, helping you even be a little patient in this process, because it is a process. It does take time and commitment to do. This isn't something that we can do swiftly. This is something we really have to be intentional about and commit ourselves to. So they're almost showing you the benefit of putting in the work in the right places at the right time, with the right people in the right situations, and reserving your energy for the things and the people and the situations that are most important to you, that feel most aligned, that feel most secure, that feel as comfortable as it can be, that allow you to be who you are, and to develop and foster that, whether it's relationships or putting that time and effort into something over an extended period of time to see results, that nurturing energy. So what message do you have for Soul Path 2? Just wanted to see if I had anything else to share. Let's see. Messages for Soul Path 2, please. What do you have to share with Soul Path 2? Okay. Soul Path 2. Messages, advice for Soul Path 2. Okay, so you have the Temperance, with the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Three of Swords. So I feel like they are confirming that this is a healing period of time for you. I don't know specifically if a relationship has ended and now it's time to continue to maybe nurture your own garden, to find your stability again, to find the thing that you can really put your time and effort into at this time that is rewarding. But the Temperance is that balanced energy between light and dark. And again, we have more angel wings. So there's a tempering here and grounding yourself, but also having your foot in the emotional aspect of things, the intuitive aspect of things, and not be so grounded that you lose sight of maybe the bigger picture. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, there's a blocked energy here. A pearl that is not being seen. Could be because it's clouded by this Three of Swords, where you're moving through kind of dealing with the emotional fallout and the mental fallout of whatever this ending might have been. Whatever you might have walked away from. I feel like it was quite emotional for you, and now that is why the Ace of Cups is in the reverse. It's because there's an overwhelm. There's a blockage to opening your heart up again. Of feeling things in the way that you did. Because it's too painful. So I think this guardian angel is not only helping you with whatever this movement away from this situation is, but they're helping you to find a little more moderation, possibly in certain circumstances with certain people, so that you're not focusing solely on the emotions or solely on the more practical aspects of things, but combining both, that grounded energy and that emotional, intuitive energy as well. So again, it's this balance that's coming forth. And it's to know that these feelings can all exist at the same time. We can feel happy about certain things in our life, but we can also feel sad. There's this duality that's coming through that can exist at the same time. And that just because we might feel heartbroken or sad about an ending doesn't mean we can't feel happy and open-hearted and loving. Just because we love doesn't mean we'll get hurt. And just because we get hurt doesn't mean we'll never love again. Bottom of the deck, we have the, temperance, the judgment. So there's a second chance for you to see the opportunity here. Awaken to something. To see some kind of pearl in this. To take some nugget of information or lesson from this. So you can find more equilibrium in the experiences. But the judgment is this energy of shedding an old skin. And I feel that the spirit that's around you is really helping you to shed this old skin, to rise above the challenges, rather than have it define an experience or a person. Of rising above the challenges, rising above kind of the base layer of an experience, and rising above the pain, whether that is within the experience or outside of it, is what this unseen ally is helping you with. There's a calling here, an awakening to something, a pearl of wisdom that is going to help you open up in a different way than you have before, to where your experiences are richer and possibly less painful. And I don't know how, but there's definitely some healing that is involved in this, which I feel this angel is helping you with. Okay, and here we are. Seek healing with the healing moon. So as I said healing, this one flipped out. I feel like Spirit has confirmed now that there's definitely some healing that needs to be involved, possibly when it comes to your emotions, your vulnerabilities, your heart overall, your feelings. Because I feel the pain has overshadowed some kind of experience or has defined your life in a specific way. And now it's time to find a little bit more of a balanced approach, a more moderated energy, to where you're no longer expecting the worst to happen, and that you can find a firmer foundation for yourself. You can rise above these challenges and not let them define your future. And that possibly healing has actually started, which, if we're looking at this in a linear fashion, we've got the 10 of Swords and we've moved to the 3 of Swords. So there has been some movement, there's some healing involved in possibly some kind of work that you're doing. So maybe you've already done this work, or maybe you're in the midst of doing this work. Maybe you have walked away from something that was painful and have decided that you no longer want this pain, this story, to define your life. So you're questing to find something different, find something more elevated, more balanced. You've awakened to something. But hold the vision of whatever the situation that is being healed, and hold the vision of what higher sights you are setting your eyes on. Heal your feelings, heal your life. And this healing might move in cycles, just like the moon does. So have patience, especially when we go back to the Temperance card. Have patience in this. And also with the Pentacle energy. You are awakening to something. So Soul Path 2. Final message for Soul Path 2, please. Final message for Soul Path 2. All right, look at this. You got 2. You got more bonus cards. So expect the wonders to emerge with miracles. And unfortunately, there is no genie in a bottle that can help us with this healing work, unfortunately. I wish that there was, but I do, and we've got the moon here as well. I do feel like you're doing that work, that healing work, to create magic, to create something of miracles. And again, we have more night sky here, so that's tying back to our opening energy there. And almost expect something different in the future. Because you're doing this work, new experiences will be had. You're no longer in these cycles anymore because you've gone on this quest to explore your emotions on a deeper level, possibly outside of whatever this experience has been for you. And you have done this work, and your angel is helping you through this to move you and to help you see what miracles await. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. So more confirmation of that. And that is very similar to the judgment energy, which isn't quite depicted, as powerfully in this particular deck. But this phoenix rises from the ashes, as does many of the depictions of the transformation card. You're rising above. You are rising anew. And you are moving beyond your past hurts and pains. And you have transformed into something so different. Now we have daytime here. So it's like you've gone from day to night. Or night to day, pardon me. So I think this loops really well back to the opening energy here of this Awaken card, where you have awakened to something. Something has come to your conscious awareness. You have done the work to seek healing, to help yourself not be defined by this pain or this cycle that you've gone through. And you've decided differently. You've chosen differently. And your angel is here to help you with that. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 2. Feel free to comment below to let me know what messages resonated for you. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can find the link to book one in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Labradorite stone with the Reconnect card. There is a feeling of connecting to your roots, reconnecting to your roots. Now, this could be your spiritual roots, your own soulful roots, that spiritual center that maybe you've been feeling disconnected from. Or this could be familial roots, where you're connecting in with your family unit. This could also be a connection to a passed on ancestor, your spirit team, your guides, even angels. So it's almost like there's a disconnection from that. Maybe even your joys, your pleasures, maybe the things that make you feel passionate and inspired. But reconnect definitely makes me feel like there's been a disconnect somewhere. And obviously there are certain situations where it's not appropriate or not healthy for you to reconnect, so take that as it resonates. But if anything, reconnecting to your own roots. Maybe somebody is moving to a home where they can feel more grounded and connected to themselves. There's possibly some transformation that has occurred in order for this to happen. And underneath that, I just got very lightheaded. So that could be significant for somebody. Underneath that, we have Hermit, Retreat, and Recharge. So that could be some advice from your spirit or guide or angel or passed on ancestor. I feel like this unseen ally is maybe trying to connect with you and or reconnect with you. And the only way that they can do that is if there is little to no distractions. So when you are in your own space, when you're in your own aura, when you're not being distracted by people, places, things, meditation is a good example of that, where you're going within and you're focused on your breathing and nothing else. You're getting into that theta wave, getting into a mindset where you can receive information, receive messages, opening your third eye. Now, this unseen ally could also be a very spiritual person. I'm hearing teacher guide, somebody who is very wise and knowledgeable that wants to give you information or give you some kind of knowledge. And in order for you to get that, there has to be an open-mindedness, an open-heartedness, and availability. So maybe you do need to retreat and recharge to some degree in order to connect with that. Maybe you've been working too hard, you've been pushing too hard, you've been working very diligently at something, you've been focused on kind of an outward expression of action, and now it's time to go within, to reconnect with a deeper part of yourself. And the mystery card underneath that was Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. So I feel this spirit guide is possibly helping you, or unseen ally, whether it's a spirit guide or a passed on ancestor, angel of some kind, is trying to get you to find, or is helping you find more peace in your life. I feel like you're quite busy in life. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of activity. So I think this particular unseen ally is a very quiet, subtle, soft energy. And there could be a lot of stress or anxiety in your life right now. And so this unseen ally is helping you realign with the energy of peace, to encourage you to retreat and recharge. Because I feel there's some wisdom that they want to share with you in that downtime. To reconnect with your spirituality, to reconnect with maybe your wants and your needs. To honor those things a little bit more. I'm getting a visual in my mind's eye of Home Alone. And kind of I can't remember how far into it, but it's a very busy household. It's in the first, I'd say 20 minutes of them getting ready. It's the night before. And they're ordering pizza, and the kids are getting packed and going crazy. And there's a lot of busyness, a lot of activity, a lot of noise. A lot of things going on. There's chaos. I'm feeling chaos. So it's almost like your direction or your aspirations to reach a goal have been interrupted in some way. Could be because of this chaos. Could be because you're managing something. But something has been broken or interrupted. I definitely think there's something important in the quietude. Whether that is a more firmer foundation, more peace, more groundedness. But there's a reconnection to something that has been disconnected from, that this unseen ally is helping you reconnect with. Maybe you've lost a sense of yourself in all the chaos, in all the busyness of life. So let's get some tarot cards out now and get some specifics on who this unseen ally is for Soul Path 3. For Soul Path 3, who is this unseen ally? Thank you. Woo, okay. We have the Chariot. One more, thank you. And the Two of Wands. So definitely this, I feel like this unseen being or teacher guide is helping you on a particular path towards a particular goal. So they enter your life when you have a specific goal in mind that you want to achieve. And I feel that they are called in when you need them for that purpose, to help you plan, set your intentions when you aspire for more. And when you have achieved that goal, they move on and are only called back when you are ready to achieve the next goal. And with the Chariot, it's like they are helping you propel forward with control and possibly with great speed. But there's also a more subtle energy coming through with the Two of Wands. That's this energy of stopping to look around. And so it's almost like I feel this unseen ally is almost helping you bring balance in between the two, of moving forward, but also stopping to make sure you're on the right road, that you're moving towards the right destination. So maybe that's what is within this retreat and recharge and finding peace, is that you've seen a lot of success and victory and accomplishment and movement in your life. But don't forget to check in with your intentions, your desires, and the direction of where you're going. This is a moment to think. And what's interesting is we have two modes of transportation here. We have the two horses, which go at hyperspeed, and we have the bike, which is done a little more casually, a little bit more slowly, a little bit more mindfully. So mindfulness is coming through here, and making that choice, because twos are about choices. And so maybe you feel like you've been so caught up in the doing and the productivity and the accomplishments, while those are beautiful and wonderful, you've almost lost sight of why you're doing something, or where you're going, or what was it that I was trying to achieve in the first place. Those achievements and victories are wonderful in context, but when you really sit down to think about it, is that this actually what it is I want to build, where it is I want to go? And I think that's where the disconnect happened, is that there's almost a carried away feeling. Like you got carried away with something, and that's not to say it's a bad thing, but I'm almost getting the sense that you're feeling lost in the midst of this activity. Because when you stop, it's like, oh, wait, where am I? How did I get here? Is this what I want? Is it where I want to go? So I feel this energy that is around you, this unseen ally, is really helping you to pull back a little, pull back the reins a little. Maybe they would like to connect with you to remind you of where you're going, of where you want to go, where you wanted to go. So let's see specifically what they're trying to help you with. Two cards. What are they trying to help Soul Path 3 with? There's definitely a lot of fire energy here, so lots of determination, lots of ambition, possibly an overachiever. Thank you. Six of Swords in the reverse, and we'll get one more. One more for Soul Path 3, please. Okay, we'll just take the Temperance card because these are way too many. All right, so we have the Six of Swords in reverse, and we have the Temperance card in the upright. Whoops. So yeah, there's a sense that you need to have some kind of mindset shift about possibly slowing down, and maybe the transitions or the changes or the adaptations that you need to make in order to realign with or reconnect with what it is you've lost touch with. Because there's a mindset shift that has stuck with you, I feel, for some time. And you gotta go, you gotta do, you can't shift, you can't change, because I'll get off course, is the feeling that I'm getting. Is I will be left behind, I will miss out if I don't keep going. And so you have almost, I wouldn't say avoided, but you've resisted the shift that you might need to make in order to reconnect with what it is you felt you've lost. And maybe you don't even know, or you can't put your finger on what it is you've lost. You just know that maybe what you're doing is maybe not quite aligned. It's not feeling as balanced as it could be. And I feel like there's some kind of tempering energy with the temperance that's coming through so that you can temper these two things. It doesn't have to be all productivity all the time. There is a moment where you can pull back and look around and get a sense for where you're going. And is this the right path? Is this the right method? Is this the right process? And having that push and pull. And so I feel like Spirit's trying to help you with that moderation a little bit. And I think this might be the time to retreat and recharge, to find a little bit of peace after possibly a lot of work, a lot of victory, a lot of success. And there's also this experimentation happening and a sense of patience where you have to do things over a period of time in order for it to become habit. It doesn't just happen overnight. So it's this constant trial and error, trying new things and doing things differently and seeing the results or not seeing results, seeing how you feel. But I definitely feel like there's something that needs to be moved away from. Could be some kind of mindset that is maybe keeping you stuck in some kind of, I don't want to say loop, but it's keeping you, I'm getting hamster wheel now coming through. With the Chariot and the Six of Swords, it's like, it's busy work almost. It's not really getting you to where you want to go, but it's helping you feel better just for the simple fact that you're doing something. I don't know what this is. So let's get some advice or messages. Advice or messages for Soul Path 3. But again, it's a quiet energy that I think needs to be embodied. And it's inspired by this particular unseen being. I'm also getting a feeling of burnout, especially with these two. So we have the Knight of Swords in the upright and the Nine of Swords in the upright. You definitely like to take action. You're very decisive. There's a movement forward. But I feel maybe the speed at which you're moving is offering you some sense of stress or anxiety. I get very chaotic energy. It's coming back through again. And there's this tempering energy that is very present in your reading. Movement, but also taking a step back to look at what you want for your future. Of tempering maybe expectations of having a balance between movement and stillness. Of having patience in that process and knowing that slowing down will not take you out of the game. But with the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands, I keep saying nine, they sound the same. So it's funny. The Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords sound the same, but they act differently. On the surface, this Knight is let's go, let's do, let's think about it later. There's a bit of an impulsivity that happens with the Knight of Swords. And it can be a good thing in certain situations. There's a decisiveness. There's a movement towards a specific goal. There is fast and rapid communication. This is a very go, go, go energy. Different kind of horsepower in this mode of transportation, but again, we have more modes of transportation speaking to movement. And then with this boat, more movement. But then, when the night falls, and it's time for stillness, I feel like this really challenges you, because there's certain things that come up in the stillness that are possibly things you may not want to think about, you may not want to address. Or maybe there's overthinking that happens where you have stress, anxiety, and worry to the point where you can't sleep. It's this active, busy mind, which I feel is almost driving the chariot. So while that has offered you a level of success and victory and achievement, I feel like there's a deeper motivation and some kind of underlying motivation. And so Spirit is almost trying to help you move through that, or heal through that, or find a better balance, maybe lightening some kind of mental burden. Bottom of the deck, we have 5 of Cups in the upright. It could be linked to a feeling of loss or grief, whether that is actual loss or grief that you've experienced and haven't quite healed from, or it's metaphorical. You're afraid of losing momentum. You're afraid of losing something if you slow down. You're afraid of what that means if you're not productive. If you are an overachiever, then this might feel like a threat to stop and slow down and to offer yourself a moment to think and to release and to decompress. That might not feel very good. It might feel quite uncomfortable. So I think this unseen ally is really encouraging you to move from a different place. Rather than fear of stopping, which I kind of feel that this might be linked, to come back to something that's more mindful and intentional, so that we're not doing something on repeat for the sake of productivity, for the sake of just doing something, but we're actually being intentional with our actions and being productive in the light of the goal that we want to attain, not just to keep us moving. And this grief might have to be felt and might have to be faced. And so in this retreat and recharge, there could be some level of healing that happens. And allowing these feelings and thoughts to come up so that they can be felt, healed, and let go of. Definitely easier said than done. But if you move through these emotions and these feelings without judgment and give them space to breathe, to allow, to come to the surface, then you may find that things shift for you. You may find a better balance. You may find yourself going in a direction that feels aligned and feels more inspired and maybe feels not so chaotic or rapid. So let's get a card for Soul Path 3, Spirit. What else would you like to share with Soul Path 3? Oh my goodness, the Spirit is on point tonight on all of these cards that are coming out tonight. Process your feelings. Yes. And that goes beautifully with the 5 of Cups and even the 9 of Swords. So on the surface, yeah, there's somebody who is achieving, being productive, taking on responsibilities, getting things done, moving along quite nicely. But there's something kind of bubbling under the surface where there's maybe some doubt about what it is you're achieving, where you're going. And I feel that it's driven by something that you're feeling that you haven't quite processed, and it's weighing a lot on your mind. So this activity, this energy that you're putting forth, Again, not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel it's to avoid the stillness or resist the stillness because you don't want to face, or you're maybe not ready to face something yet. And that's okay. Even when the Six of Swords is in reverse, it's like you're not ready to move on. And that's okay. There's nothing saying that you are needing to make decisions. You have to do what's best for you. You are the creator of your own life. But I feel this unseen ally is either encouraging you or helping you to process feelings. And if it helps, to speak to them about these feelings, to get it off your chest and out of your mind. Put it into a journal. Scream it into a pillow. Speak it into a glass of water and then dump the water into the earth. And I don't really know when the candle burnt out, but it feels like there's some kind of, again, the flame died. So it's like you have to be okay with this energy kind of slowing down a little bit. And I will only say this out of experience, that if we continue in this, that we could potentially come up against burnout. And we can only avoid this for so long. So the feelings will come out and up one way or another, whether that is through frustration, through irritability or anger, through burnout in our bodies somehow. Aches and pains and sprains. So it's best to be very conscious about processing our emotions in a healthy way so that we're not suppressing them and pushing them off to the side. Now is a time to let your feelings show, and bottling them up so that no one knows how you are really feeling isn't healthy. And it's time to put an end to that. So chanting, breath work, working on your throat chakra, singing. This could be helpful. Speaking to somebody could also be helpful. And part of this journey, I feel, involves you releasing and expressing your true emotions. If things are feeling blocked or you're not quite ready, then take some time to at least consider how these emotions or feelings are showing up in your life and which way they're showing up in your life and how. Feeling them and dealing with them is going to help you to move on from them. Because I feel that this could potentially turn south, and become a negative influence in your life. So it's time to face the fear of these emotions and these thoughts so that it doesn't keep us trapped, especially subconsciously, to where it drives our actions, our beliefs, our movements forward. One more card for Soul Path 3, please. One more for Soul Path 3, please. One more for Soul Path 3. Okay, so reaching your destination. I think you will reach your destination through the processing of your emotions, your feelings. And I feel that taking that step back will help in this effort. And I just love that this feels to me like you're reconnecting with some kind of goal or dream. Some part of yourself that maybe you feel has gone missing. And I feel the key to that is the processing of those feelings. And through that, I feel you will feel lighter, you will feel brighter, and you will feel a lot more clear about where you're going, why you're going there, and you won't feel the need to go at light speed. You'll get there in a very sustainable way, You might even reach it faster than you think, even without the quick movements. It's like these feelings are the key to unlocking this destination that you're trying to reach. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 3. Feel free to comment below to let me know what messages resonated for you. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can find the link to book one in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading.